Good morning, Internet, and welcome back to the reading of the Master List of Logical Fallacies with Alan Mueller and Bryce Barnett. Today we are on number 78, Moving the Goalposts.
I'm gonna just do it. Okay, sweet. Let's get into this thing. Number 78, moving the goalposts. Also changing the rules. All's fair in love and war. The nuclear option. Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. Fallacy of logos, demanding certain proof or evidence or certain degree of support or certain number of votes to decide an issue, and then when this is offered, demanding even more, different or better support in order to deny victory to an opponent. For those who practice the fallacy of moral superiority above, moving the goalpost is often perceived as perfectly good and permissible if necessary to prevent the victory of wickedness and ensure the triumph of one's own side, i.e., the righteous. Got it. So how I'm kind of hearing this one is like you garner the first yes, and then you ride the it's like you then after you garner the first yes without like setting a vote or considering the next step and then like holding that to a vote or getting consent or whatever. It's like I got consent on the first yes, therefore all the future yeses, all the future things will be permissible after that kind of a thing is what I'm kind of hearing. Is that accurate?
You know, I actually I know I read this one a long time ago, but this is not how I understand moving the goalposts. I think this is like um kind of a it is describing it, but it's just a very vague version of it. But I'll give you an example of moving the goalpost. So, um, let's say uh, that I'm in an argument with somebody about the Bible, let's say, and it's essentially someone would fail to concede, even though like they know something is wrong, and then they would jump to a point backwards without actually conceding. So let's say I say in the Bible, Yahweh, God, tells the first lie, not the serpent. And they'll be like, no, of course not. I'm like, okay, let's read it. And then God says, if you eat this apple from the tree of knowledge, good and evil, on this day you will surely die. And the serpent says, no, you won't, basically. And the serpent was right. They ate. They didn't die, and uh, they didn't die on that day. And so then moving the goalpost would be, okay, yes, that's what it says, but like that's not what it means. So you're still wrong. It's failing to concede. Um, Actually, even there, I still conceded by saying, okay, yes, but a lot of people would not have that part in. They would just say, yeah, but that's not what it means. It means something else. You're reading it wrong. And typically there's a lot of special pleading that'll go along with this. Um, so yeah, that's what I would say. Uh, an example of moving the goalpost is. And this vaguely describes it.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't think there's anywhere in my life that I've done this one or that I've witnessed this one. I'm sure I have. I feel like Victor is a really good place uh to draw this from. I've seen it a lot in the actually in the personal development industry where they get people to say yes to transformation and then increasingly ask those who have said yes to transformation to do increasingly like more uncomfortable things, but in the name of transformation. And so it like it or taking example like people to agree to something like it's through the breakdown that comes the breakthrough, but then to intentionally like induce traumatic experiences to create a breakthrough when really all it is like just forcing traumatic experiences on people to try to arouse a breakthrough with increasing levels of commitment, uh, all garnered off of the original yes that we believe in transformation and whatnot. And I've seen that happen quite a bit, or like saying, "Hey, this is the thing that we're shooting for. This is the goal." Does everybody say yes? Okay, great. And then it's like, okay, you all said yes to the previous thing, which means you're also saying yes to the next thing. We're all going to go do this next thing that's a little bit that borders on the edge of morality or borders on the edge of this is like a little more than what we asked you to, but it's still in the same name of the same thing. So we're going to go get that breakthrough. So I've seen that like abused quite a bit actually in the personal development space that I can think of.
Interesting. Uh, I I'm not sure that's the same fallacy.
Think so?
So have you ever had a argument with like a significant other or even a family member where you have one particular issue you're talking about and you're backing it up with evidence, and there comes a point where they cannot say that you are incorrect anymore, and so then they jump to a different talking point. So
Mhm.
like let's say it's about money or
Mm,
something like that. And
mm,
you're like, yes, but this is why my decision was actually more financially stable. And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, but they don't actually say that. They're like, yeah, well, the other day you still went out to eat.
right, right,
Oh,
right.
that's moving the goalposts.
Got it.
It's failing to concede and then just pushing it back to say, well, you're still wrong about something else.
Well, that makes sense.
Um, yeah, so I can yeah, it this vaguely describes it. So it's demanding proof or evidence, and then a certain degree of support or a certain number of votes to decide an issue. So in this example, it would be your decision in investing in XYZ, right?
Oh, I see, I see, I see, I see.
So and then when you supply the evidence,
Got it. No, that
they
makes
fail
sense.
to concede.
I was missing that. Now I understand. So like give me the evidence you do, and they're like,
Well, you're
well,
still ugly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or but really that doesn't matter. But is
Yep.
it this though? Yeah, yeah,
Yep. Exactly. That is moving the goalpost. So like the goalpost is met,
yeah.
and then they push it. They push back even further.
Got it. That's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, so this one, this then in that context, I don't have a lot of experience with this one. Usually what's happened with me is if I've provided evidence and the people don't like it, they just stop talking.
I, you know what? I haven't seen. I know you've referenced a very specific relationship you've had
Yeah.
with a lot of these fallacies. I would assume that that one would have used this one a lot, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, let me see. Well, yeah, 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 yeah. And so yes, I can't think of anything specific right now that that happened in. However, there was some work that I was doing with some clients that uh, I thought was really effective, and so I think it'd be good for me to share just for the sake of the viewers, and it lands on this was we were talking about the number one reason why relationships don't work is a conflict of values. And if the value systems of each individual, even if there's challenge in the relationship, if the value systems are complementary or supportive, then it's not about the issue, it's about how do we get through the thing and how do we find common ground. But if there's a conflict of values, all of a sudden that creates a huge breakdown because it requires the values change. If the values don't change, then the relationship breaks down. And one of the values that I had, top values that I had for a long time was kindness. And for in that relationship, one of the top values that she had was winning. And winning, and then the other one, winning and then loyalty were the two like top values this person had. And the issue is that because kindness for me was a top one, I was not willing to win at the expense of someone else of being kind, nor was I willing to be loyal at the expense of being kind. And so to this other individual, kindness meant weakness. And so this person, because their highest values were winning and loyalty, for them, they would do whatever it took to win. And that included changing goalposts. That included like it's like if I'm right, this person's like, well, winning, I want to win at all costs, so I'll do whatever it takes to win, which means, switch the thing. So I definitely know that it happened. I don't have any specific it happened based off of values, but I don't remember exactly like any specific examples on it, but that definitely is a thing.
Mm. Hey, yeah, and that's okay. But yeah, moving the goalpost is fairly common if you watch some debates, especially if one of the debaters is a scientist. Um, the scientist will back up whatever evidence they have, and then the person in opposition to the scientist is almost always wrong. And they will be like, okay, yeah, but this other thing, and then the scientist will be like, no, I have evidence for that too, and they're like, okay, yeah, but this other thing, and it's like just concede on the first point, and then you can talk about the next thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so moving the goalpost is essentially failure to concede,
Yeah.
as you're being proven wrong. So that's it. That's number 78.